Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Savans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get directly into this show here because I think we got a great one. So yesterday, I was just kind of surfing through the web and watching various videos. And as you guys know, from time to time, Kobe Bryant's name pops up here and there. And usually when Kobe's name is brought up, is usually done to diminish him in some way, shape, or form, right? Kobe Bryant is the easy target. A player can have a great month. Man, I think this guy could be better than Kobe Bryant. Or this guy could have a great year. Man, this guy's, I think he could be better than, Kobe is like the low-hanging fruit. And, you know, there's so few people in media that defend Kobe that whenever you see a person step up to the plate and actually stand up for Kobe Bryant's legacy, it's refreshing. And one of the biggest haters of Kobe Bryant is Nick Wright, for reasons that are quite obvious, right? So a video was recommended to me yesterday from FS1, but it was an old show, and they were going through Nick Wright's top 50 players in the last 50 years. And in his top 3, he had LeBron James number 1, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar number 2, and Michael Jordan number 3. But on this particular show, they were talking about him ranking Kobe Bryant as the 6th greatest player of all time. And on the panel, you had Nick Wright, of course, you had Chris Broussard, and you had Ric Bucher. Now, if you know anything about Ric Bucher, he seems to be one of the more fair and balanced journalists out there. Now, from time to time, he can take shots at LeBron James here and there, but everyone kind of has the person that they poke fun of in media. Nick Wright does the same thing with Michael Jordan. So there are no holy journalists. Everybody has their sides to them. But anyway, they had Ric Bucher on the panel, and they were asking Ric Bucher to react to Nick Wright's ranking Kobe Bryant number 6. And when Ric Bucher began to speak, you could see that Nick Wright and Chris Broussard, but especially Nick Wright, was completely turned off by what Ric Bucher was saying. So what I want to do is I want to play the sound of Ric Bucher essentially schooling Nick Wright to his face on why Kobe Bryant should be ranked top 3 ahead of LeBron. Take a listen to Ric Bucher here.
I'm going to guess that with Nick, since it's his list, he's ranked just right for Nick Wright. But for me, no, he's ranked too low. There's only 3 players that I would indisputably put ahead of him on any very subjective top 5, 50, 100, 3,000 list. And that's Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Bill Russell. So wherever you want to put anybody else, Kobe Bryant would be in my top 5. But I really don't understand why we're starting with me and Kobe Bryant since we're talking about Nick Wright's list. I just
because of what you just said.
I'm here to participate.
Go ahead. I mean, the reason we're starting with you is because if we started with me, it'd be like, yes, I agree with the list that I put together. Okay. Kobe is 6, and it's the last 50 years, so Russell's ineligible. So the 5 guys who are left on the list, and I won't reveal the order, are obviously Kareem, Michael, LeBron, Magic, and Duncan. Those are the 5 guys who are ahead of him on the list. I don't think it is worth spending time, at least a lot of time, on the fact that Ric Bucher just said he has Kobe Bryant ahead of LeBron James on his all-time list. Because it is just such an indefensible point. Like, the thing Kobe did the best was score, and LeBron scores more. The thing Kobe theoretically is better than LeBron at is shooting, except LeBron has a better efficiency. Oh, Nick, that's on layups, except he also shoots a better three-point percentage. The thing Kobe did the best was clutch shots, except LeBron has 5 playoff buzzer beaters, and Kobe has 1. And that disregards the fact that everything else to do with
LeBron
basketball,
is more clutch than
LeBron was better at it.
I mean,
okay, I mean, again, so Wilds, you can shake your head at it because, again, you've been brainwashed by it. Kobe has 1. We've seen it on a loop for 20 years. Kobe's 1 career playoff buzzer beater where he then pantomimed the Michael celebration. LeBron's got 5 of them. But I don't even want to debate Kobe versus LeBron because I don't think it's interesting. The Kobe versus Duncan thing I think is interesting because I think there's a real argument there. And I have Duncan ahead of him. And I'm surprised that two guys who played in the same era and that Duncan, with a higher degree of difficulty, had never had a down year. 50 wins every single year of his career, the playoffs every single year of his career. The only year he didn't win 50 was when the season was 50, and he won the title that year. That you would argue that Kobe is ahead of Duncan. Like the LeBron thing, it's just, listen, we all have our blind spots. That's fine. But Kobe ahead of Duncan is interesting to me. And I'm curious why. Okay, sure. Then no problem. But I'm curious why you think Kobe is ahead of Duncan.
I'll lump all this together for you.
Sure.
I'll answer both of those. First of all, there is the difficulty of when you're talking about different eras to make comparisons. The competition was different, the game was different, et cetera, et cetera. So we always reduce these things to numbers. Even if we take accolades, we reduce it to numbers. 3 MVPs versus 2 MVPs, whatever it might be. And that looks nice, but it's not reality. What I have is, the benefit that I have is that I saw Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James all play their entire careers. And so it's not a matter of me having to measure numbers or accolades or all of that, because I'm conscious of all of the variables that are involved. But you don't want to get into LeBron. We'll put that aside because we're never going to solve that between the two of us. When it comes to Duncan and Kobe, it's simply this. It's that, yes, that Duncan never had a down year, okay, but he was also with a franchise that didn't have down years because of the way they're run and the way they're coached, and they had the same coach. Kobe didn't have that. Kobe didn't have that experience. Like, he didn't have that nucleus. There were a lot of changes made in terms of coaching and personnel over the course of his career. I simply look at the accomplishment of winning 3 in a row and then 2 in a row, and how difficult that is physically and mentally. And that's one of the downsides of when I look at Duncan and the Spurs, is that they never won back-to-back championships. They never dominated beyond one season. And knowing the toll that takes, the challenge that is, that stands as a huge, huge accomplishment. And I also believe that Kobe is vastly devalued for his contribution and what he meant to the first three-peat team with the Lakers. Kobe was as much the closer as Shaq was the starter on that team. And whether it was in the finals or whether it was during the regular season, Kobe was as important to those championships as Shaquille O'Neal was. And I feel like as if as we move on, it has become, he was definitely the second banana and he was riding Shaq's coattails. And I will never give in to the idea of that.
So you heard what he had to say. Now, here's what's interesting. Nick was reacting like as if his opinion was the law. He's like, Kobe being ranked to LeBron is not even a conversation worth having. But yet, at the same time, wants us to have the conversation of LeBron being ranked ahead of Michael Jordan. Right? Like, look, what has happened, and it's important that I say this. You have a group of guys, a small minority that have essentially superimposed their viewpoints all over media. So it makes it seem like this is the actual opinion for most fans when it's not. LeBron fans and supporters, they basically control media. And they are strategically placed in key places that whenever they say things, whether it be through various publications or various talking heads, it makes it seem like this is what everyone thinks, when in reality it doesn't. This is the reason it's not the truth, which is one of the reasons why whenever you hear them ask anyone outside of this kind of like a cabal of LeBron supporters, they always say something different. Always. For instance, look at the comments of Tim Hardaway going viral. He didn't even rank him in his top 5, but he's not the only one. There's so many people. There was even an interview of Coach K on the Pat McAfee show, and there's so many other people. But these guys want to make it seem like, no, our opinion is the truth because we said it and we wear suits and we're on TV. Now, in terms of what Rick said something which is true. He said, I watch all of them play. To me personally, I think it's laughable to say that LeBron should be ranked ahead of Kobe Bryant. I watched both of their careers play out. And if you saw Kobe Bryant play basketball, I don't know how you can come to the conclusion that you would have LeBron ranked ahead of him as a basketball player. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Was LeBron a spectacular player? Yes, he was. At one point, I had him in my top 4. What made me remove him out of my top 5 were his antics. But in terms of a talent, absolutely. But if you watch Kobe Bryant play basketball from 2002 to 2013, man, I don't know how you're watching basketball and you're seeing somebody better than. I just don't understand what you're seeing. I don't understand it. Watching Kobe from 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 2010, like you're talking about you saw somebody better than him. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And your league MVPs, which seems to be the thing they try to hold over Kobe, that's not good enough for me, man. That's not going to work out for me like that. That's Steve Nash won MVPs over Shaq and Kobe. Nobody in their right mind would say Steve Nash was a better player than Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. So why should I give MVPs all of this value? People are already saying Kobe was the best in the world without the MVP. Everybody knew this. The only people that don't know this are the people that never saw it. Everybody else knows this, and Ric Bucher was amongst the people that saw it. So that's why he said he rejects it, because he knows we all know what we saw. No matter how much Nick Wright and these people weren't even here at that point. These guys were somewhere, wherever they were. We were all watching basketball. You could go around the NBA and ask, who's the best player in the world? Everybody knew it. Kobe Bryant. Who's the best closer? Everybody knew it. You could pull up videos of Pat Riley, GMs, Larry Bird, this guy, that guy, Mark Jackson. He's the best player. Everybody knew this. But the moment we got into like the 2015, 16s and Clutch Sports came in with all of these guys, now all of a sudden they started pushing their narratives when we all know it's a big fat joke. And that's what Ric Bucher is talking about. In terms of me, I've watched both of them play. I never saw anybody play basketball better than I just didn't. I didn't. I've never seen anybody play basketball better than Kobe Bryant from 2002 to 2012. I didn't see it. Maybe you saw it. I didn't see it. There was nobody. There was nobody, especially in that early, like 2002 to like all the way to 2009, 10. I didn't see him. I don't even think it was close. If you don't believe me, go watch the footage. Now, people will point to, oh, well, Kobe didn't shoot a high percentage. Kobe didn't shoot a high percentage. Bro, go look at the shooting percentage of the league at the time. Teams were scoring less than 100 points a game, and Kobe Bryant's game was primarily predicated on jump shots. And he took a lot of bad shots because he was so confident in his abilities. No, that doesn't mean that your player is better because he shoots a higher percentage by a few percentage points. No. That's not the metric. We saw him. It just was the people that he was playing with and his style of play. LeBron out of 10 feet shoots 37%. Kobe outside of 10 feet shoots like 42, 43%. So it was his style of play that contributed to his field goal shooting. But then go look at all the other great scores of that era. How much were they shooting? LeBron was a driver. Everybody knows this because we watched him play. That's why LeBron fans lose their minds whenever he has a game where he can hit his jump shot, like the game when he had against the Toronto Raptors. They were losing their mind because that's not what he does. That game was just a normal Tuesday for Kobe Bryant in terms of hitting jumper. That was a normal Tuesday. But for them, it was like, oh my God, do you see these? Kobe did this routinely every single night. Literally. You guys are talking about one game. I can pull up playoff series after playoff series after playoff series in the same year from opponent to opponent to opponent of this dude hitting ridiculous shots one after the other. One after the other. You think that's a shooting clip? You thought that was shooting? You thought that was shooting? You want to see shooting? Mid-range shooting? Go look at the 2008 first-round matchup against the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, and then come back and talk to me. That is not shooting. That's somebody that had a hot hand for one night. You want to see shooting? Go watch that series.